Hi everyone, St. Nicholas here from Westmount Wealth Management. No relation to Demir. We humans, or elves, are a storytelling, pattern-seeking species. When life gets messy, we look for order. We invent patterns, rhymes, and rituals to make chaos feel a little bit more predictable. And nowhere does that instinct show up more than in the markets, especially in December. Every year, the same stories resurface. Analysts dust off old adages, journalists rediscover catchy rhymes, and investors wait for me, Santa, to bring not just presents, but maybe a market rally as well. So let's rediscover some of these whimsical tales together and have a little bit of fun in doing so. The Santa Claus rally, aka my rally. The legend goes that stocks reliably rise in the last 5 trading days of December and the first 2 days of January, as if Wall Street's elves punch in after Boxing Day. From 1950 to 2020, that stretch did average about a 1.3% gain. But lately, it's been more holiday hum than Jolly St. Nick. The likely explanation is far less magical. Thin year-end trading, portfolio rebalancing, and everyone collectively exhaling that the year's almost over. I bring gifts, not alpha. Then comes spring, and its own slogan, sell in May and go away. It once made sense back in post-war Britain when brokers literally took the summer off. But global markets don't take vacations anymore. Anyone who actually sold every May over the past decade missed some of the strongest runs of the year. At this point, that strategy belongs in a museum, somewhere between tulip bulbs and beanie babies. And yes, then the inverse idea followed, naturally. Stay out until Halloween, then jump back in. Once everyone started doing it, the advantage just simply vanished. In markets, once the costume becomes popular, the candy tends to run out pretty fast. Next up, the January effect. The idea that small cap stocks pop in the new year after tax loss selling or tax loss harvesting. It used to be true. Between 1979 and 2000, small caps averaged over 3% each year, roughly. But since 2000, it's been closer to 0.1%. That's not even an effect anymore, it's literally just background noise. Efficiency, lower costs, and crowding drained that magic. The January effect now lives in PowerPoint slides and some odd trivia nights. Then there's the third year of a presidential cycle. Supposedly, markets soar in year 3 of a US presidential term. And sure, history shows that 9 of 16 cycles since 1950 did see stronger returns in year 3. But correlation isn't causation. Markets move on earnings and interest rates, not campaign slogans. Betting your portfolio on the Oval Office calendar is like picking stocks based on the moon phase. And by the way, somebody actually tried doing that. And finally, the fan favorite, the Super Bowl indicator. If an NFC team wins, markets rise. If an AFC team wins, they fall. In the 1970s, it weirdly worked about 80% of the time. The same accuracy you'd get from flipping a coin and then congratulating yourself for being right. I say that very ironically. 50 years later, the success rate has dropped below 40%. Fun at parties, terrible for portfolios. If your financial plan depends on the Buffalo Bills, you may already be offside, and I say that with a lot of love from Toronto. So why do these myths stick around? Because they're fun. They add rhythm to a world that refuses to keep time. They make volatility feel seasonal instead of existential. There's comfort in thinking the market follows a schedule, rally here, dip there, instead of admitting it's a constantly moving mix of expectations, liquidity, and human behavior. But here's the thing. Once a pattern becomes popular enough to name it, it typically stops working. Markets, like magicians, don't like to repeat the same trick twice for the same audience. So how about a better year-end tradition? As the champagne chills and the headlines fill with festive forecasts, remember, markets don't know what month it is. They respond to fundamentals, earnings, inflation, rates, not reindeer presidents or playoff brackets. If you're looking for a year-end tradition that actually helps, skip the slogans and revisit your plan instead. Make sure your allocation still matches your goals. Evidence has a far better track record than rhymes and rituals. Look, I may bring gifts, but the market, it owes us nothing. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, you know where to find us. I'm told somewhere near the North Pole. Thanks once again, everyone. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season, and Merry Christmas to all. Cheers.